G'day, Traprockers. Andrew Ward here from Regen Farmers Mutual. Rick and Andy had a yarn with me and asked me to try and explain how biodiversity might look within the Traprock transaction. And there seemed to be some confusion, because we kind of think we understand carbon markets and we think there's an emerging biodiversity market that each farmer can also tap into. But the sort of biodiversity market that we're tapping into, particularly in the transaction we're looking to do in the landscape impact program over the next few months, the best way to think of that biodiversity market is like you're creating a new state or national park. And these happen to be created all over the country all the time. And the way that they do them in a government sense is a parallel to the way that we're going to create a biodiversity asset on the Traprock. We're going to allow farmers, though, to regenerate this and create this asset, which we think will be able to be sold as a new conservation asset because of its value to quolls and swift parrots and regent honeyeaters and koalas and its habitat extension capacities. We're going to argue that this is a new farmer-owned, farmer-managed, farmer-led park, an environmental asset. And initially, we'll be looking for the capital stack of conservation and philanthropy organisations to recognise those first 7 or 8 farmers that are in the pilot group for what they've done in the transaction. And then we'll work to extend that transaction out into the corporate sphere, because we know there's a corporate appetite for biodiversity and carbon and social outcomes. And what we can do that's different to, say, a national park or a state park is they're limited to the bounds of the area that they've been bequeathed or given or purchased, whereas we can continue to extend our biodiversity asset, our state national park, whatever you want to call it, by adding more farmers and adding continuity to the biodiversity corridor and engaging with more species that are protected and engaging with a greater riparian and catchment benefit over time. And so what corporations are coming in and transacting on is the growth and support of the farmers that are maintaining this new and growing and evolving and measured biodiversity asset. And that's really what we're trying to create on the Traprock in the next few months, is a pathway to establishing that new asset, getting our first capital and transaction in, and knowing our pathway for engaging further farmers in increasing the scale over time and increasing the impact over time of what this environmental shared asset between farmers can create. All right, I hope that makes it a little clearer about what we're talking about in terms of the landscape scale impact. There is a heap to unpack about biodiversity on a farm-by-farm basis, more so than I can probably do justice in this video. So if you have any questions, be sure to work with Kim Wilson, who's your local landscape agronomist, and Ray Lord is a Regen Farmers Mutual recognised landscape agronomist, to understand what you can do on your farm as well. Okay, thanks. Bye.